Welcome everybody. Today we have 10 new glitches in Super Mario Maker 2. If you're wondering where I have been streaming, I stream now on Twitch, twitch.tv/spark_sc. Go over there and follow me. I usually stream in the mornings, Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Without further ado, let's dive in. As you probably are aware, if you go into a pipe like this, you will hit the end of it and then you will go back up to the top. And now this could be a very normal mechanic in a level to escape a thwomp that's hurtling towards you. However, with this setup, if you jump into the pipe, there is a chance that you will get crushed on the other side. You get soft locked, you get crushed before you exit the pipe, even after the thwomp is clearly past you. So apparently when this thwomp is flying to the left, his hitbox is bigger than normal. So as you see, the thwomp is clearly past Toad and he still gets crushed. That's an even better example. Thwomp is all the way past this tile right here, and yet you still get soft locked. This is a fairly interesting situation. This claw right here, holding this big bomb, is going to fall off of this rail, and when it does, the big bomb is going to get stuck inside of these snake blocks. When we drop this donut block right here, you're going to see something very interesting happen. So young Todd here wanders into this situation and gets a 1-up. Gets yet another 1-up. Okay, let's move on. We're going to jump on this donut. The donut is going to let the bomb down, and then it's going to walk onto the seesaw. The seesaw pushes the cannon over towards the bomb and crushes it immediately, releasing us into the wild. Before we start this next little glitch, notice the dry bone that has a parachute right here underneath this semi-solid, and when the scene starts, the parachute's going to drift the dry bone over to the right a little bit onto the slope. It'll place the dry bone on the slope underneath the semi-solid in a place where we can't interact with it. Or does it? So young Link over here stumbles upon this little scene. Very interesting. What if he decides to ground pound onto this dry bone in an attempt to grab it and get it out of there? You'd be surprised to find out it pops right up, which is pretty cool. What about in this case? There are one ways that would prevent him from coming back up, right? You are correct. So if we ground pound this right here, something different happens. We clip right through the semi-solid, so this could be a very nefarious troll, soft lock, or it could be just the path to the end of the level, which is pretty dang cool. In the door! Can anything fit between these big thwomps? You'd be very surprised to find out that yes, stars can, so they do not have the square hitbox that you see behind them with the blue cursor. Apparently, when they rotate around, their hitbox gets very small and allows them to slip between these thwomps. So these stars will actually slip through the cracks of the thwomps as they bounce around, which is very interesting to me. Not much of a glitch, but very, very weird hitboxes for sure, and I'm not sure if anything else can slip between thwomps like stars can. Did you know with a perfectly timed long jump, you can actually go into a clear pipe like this without any lag, so without hitting the side of it or hitting the ground, you can jump straight into a clear pipe. This could lead for some very interesting perfect 10-second speedruns if done correctly. So to set this up, what we're going to do is jump here, do a dive, and then do a long jump immediately after. And if we time it correctly, we will go right into the pipe. Notice how we went right into the pipe. We didn't touch the ground. We didn't touch the pipe. We slid right in there. On to victory. Here's an interesting little troll situation. There's a conveyor belt that's underneath this platform that you can't see when it's hidden behind lava or purple soda. I'm going to run in and grab this Shellmet and put it on, and when I do, it's going to trap me here a little bit. And upon trying to exit it, it's going to hit the on-off switch automatically. So this is pretty unassuming. Maybe I need that Shellmet for some kind of purpose. So I'm going to run in and grab it and throw it on. And when I do, the conveyor belt forces me up against the slope. I can't really see the conveyor belt, so I would have no idea that this would be there. In order for me to get out of here, I have to spam jump. So it's almost like an anti-soft lock. And when I do, it pushes the Muncher up. Through the slope, your Shellmet pushes the Muncher up, hitting the on-off switch with the bomb, making progress impossible. This is a strange little setup right here. I'm going to exit through this door and grab this star. The Thwomp is going to push us over to the left as we ride this POW. And after we fall past the Thwomp, well, something really interesting happens. So for some reason, the POW moves to the right after the Thwomp was already pushing it to the left, getting us stuck in this little spot where we inevitably, unfortunately, have to die. Young Toad stumbles onto another interesting little situation. How would we get past these red blocks? Little do you know, there's a seesaw behind these snake blocks right here. And the only way to activate these snake blocks is by jumping on the seesaw. So all you gotta do is jump. They activate, and then we can move on. In this scenario, these two shells are going to be moving at 2 different speeds, even though they hit the spring the same amount of times. In fact, the bottom shell is going to hit the spring multiple times, and yet it's not going to increase its speed for some reason. This one will be going very fast. Top shell moving very fast. Bottom shell moving not as fast. What the fudge? These 2 cannons are going to squish together, forcing this POW through the one-way slash slope. For some reason, it clips through this entire situation. Let's check it out. Why? Why does it slip through all of this? Nobody knows. This setup also works with a P-switch. I fortified the situation a little bit more with more one-ways and even more ground. And you see, it definitely pops through this whole entire situation. Why? Nintendo, why you do this?